Good afternoon, good afternoon. It's your boy, it's your host with the most smooth tea. And right now you are in the midst of Smooth Tea's We Win Sports Talk. Coming up, man, we got some good topics we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about some college NIL, we're gonna talk about some college football, how things are not the same. Things have changed. It will not be the same. I'm also gonna bring in a special guest, co-host for the show, my homie, Big LT, the guru, who we're going to bring in just a quick second. But just to let you know, this show is being sponsored right now by StreamYard.com. So we appreciate that. So right now, we're going to bring in, without further ado, bring into the stage my man, my homie, my mellow, my ace. Let's bring in my guy, Big LT, the guru. What's going on, sir?
What's going on, man? Glad to be here.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We are here. So, we got a lot of stuff we're going to talk about today. We got a lot of interesting topics. One dealing with college football, how it will never be the same. I view it so differently now. Just because of some things that I just recently discovered. But college football will definitely never be the same again. And I got a video that I want us to take a look at, and then we can kind of comment on that also. So we're gonna bring that up. But how you doing today, man? You know what I'm saying? Let's just chop that up. How you doing today, bro?
Bruh, I'm one of the biggest sports fans, so this time of year, it's like sports heaven with college and NFL getting started. You got the baseball in the playoffs getting ready to get started. Man, it's great. So, lots to talk about.
I see you got some. I'm good, man. Can't complain. Don't nobody want to hear you do it anyway, so it don't even matter. But
there it is.
I see you got some interesting things behind you, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no shade or no hate, but go ahead and show love. What you got behind you? Talk about it.
Oh yeah, I need the nation to know. I need the We Win Sports Nation to know where I come from. You know what I mean? So you got your boy, the greatest two-time. He's the greatest Buckeye ever. The only two-time Heisman Trophy winner. Got that Archie Griffin representing back there. And then, of course, moving over here, you got that Cavs jersey, the land, representing where we from. And if I go to the other side, you got the man who started it all, who paved the way for us,
Much
Jack
respect.
Robinson, right? Gotta have that up there. And then, probably the best back in Cleveland history after Jim Brown, that Nick Chubb. So, we Cleveland all day, but we also about that history too. So,
okay. Hey, so hold up. You think he the best since Jim Brown? You gonna forget about your boy in the number 43? In the 80s? Who's that? Was it Kevin Mack? What was it?
Yeah, we had Kevin Mack and Ernest Biner, but
Yeah.
They'd probably be top 5. But
Okay.
Nick Chubb, Jim Brown said it himself, so
Yeah.
like you gotta go with that. He's the best back that he's seen, and Jim Brown ain't gonna toot his own horn, but everybody knows Jim Brown is number 1, numero uno. So Nick
Right.
Chubb's next.
Okay. Well, I ain't mad at you then.
What about you? What set you claiming over there?
Oh, what set I'm claiming over? Straight up A-Town, dog. You know what I'm saying? Little A-Town, you know what I'm saying? So here's my philosophy on certain things. I kind of shied away from buying certain players' jerseys because sometimes players come and go. You know what I'm saying? So I figure if I get something that represents me and my team, I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be with my team. So, right here I got the city jersey for the Hawks. From a couple years ago when they went back to kind of that retro '98 feel with a 2020 upgrade. So I got that one. that's customized. Then I got something that you don't see a lot of people do. A lot of people have have the black jersey, but I wanted to get the white ATL jersey. You know what I'm saying? I actually like the white ATL jersey. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And then, you know, of course, can't go nowhere without, that middle guy right there, that number deuce. That's that 2024 Rose Bowl, 2023 national championship uh, team, Go Blue Michigan Wolverine jersey back there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Representing with
Mm.
that 2023 Jordan brand hat to go with the Jordan brand jersey. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Okay.
Representing that Go Blue.
Never heard of that team. You're gonna have to teach me about them. I never heard of that team, so you got to teach me about
You heard about it.
it.
You heard about it. So
can't say that I have.
okay. I hear what you're saying, but okay. So, but look, so here's interesting perspective today, because like I said earlier, I was just thinking about some stuff, and I ran across an article, and that's what just made me go into the whole college football will never be the same, man, because of this NIL. And I ran across this video that I want us to take a look at, and then we gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And then I got some facts right here that I looked up on everybody in college football that just really amazed me. You know what I'm saying? So let me set this. Let's get this video set up um, about how things are being done in college football.
From what you've seen, what is a collective NIL budget like at a top 10 college football program in the country? Let's just say an SEC top school.
Yeah, like top 10, you got to have more than $10 million. Let's just keep it simple. Like top 10, you're going to be more than $10 million. Next 20, you're going to be in the $5 to $10 million range. Then you get past that and you get to the smaller schools in the big leagues. Yeah. And, 3 million is where they're at. And that kind of needs to be the same for the top G5 schools who need to be 2 to 3 million. Yeah. And then it just goes down from there. And I'm talking all football. And so that's what it is. But, the other side of this is what I'm sharing with you is from my experience being the data house, the system of record with the software company I built, an influencer that Teamworks now runs and owns, and seeing the breakdown of data that we shared publicly. But that's what was reported.
Yeah.
That's what was paid on with taxes.
Yeah.
You've got to ask yourself, how much NIL is happening, and it's not name, image, and likeness, it's legal. Yeah. A lot of people know that's really what NIL has come to stand for. Yeah. Now it's legal. And so with those deals, I don't know that all of them are even contracted. Yeah. If they are contracted, I don't know that they're all reported to the IRS. And so just like when you walk around New York City, as I do every month when I go up for my meetings, I walk as much as I can, get some good exercise. I smell marijuana, I smell weed everywhere when I'm walking the streets in New York. And I always ask myself, how many people that are smoking weed right now bought it at a dispensary and paid taxes on it? How many bought it under the table down the street, but they just feel good about smoking it out in the open now because, hey, now it's legal. That's NIL, There's a whole segment there. And so now you got another issue for athletes because even if they're doing a contract where they feel good about getting paid what they've been promised, they're not paying taxes on it, And so there's just so many concerns about us letting this continue and not standardizing it better. And that's just another thing that plays into it.
And there's no parity at all in the college. I was talking to Coach Dilfer yesterday, and I made a comment. I said, you have to compete with these Power 5 teams in the portal. And he said, Adam, we don't compete. There's no competing, right? They have an $8 million budget. Ours is $500,000 a year. And just that there's no way to possibly compete. And then you can coach them with the tampering, which we haven't really talked about, the tampering that goes on in the portal. coaches just calling recruits. I mean, we talked a little bit, but coaches calling recruits and offering money without them even being in, and it just hurts these Group of 5 programs so much.
Yeah, so there's two sides to the parity thing.
Whether you're a current athlete, a former athlete, or just an everyday person trying to stay in shape, you need to try the B30.
Wow.
So let's just touch on that right there for a second, man, because as I said earlier, college football it's never going to be the same. It's not the same college football that we grew up, you know what I'm saying, watching, man. It's not the same. So
no, it is not.
When you factor in this whole NIL thing, there are no more amateurs. If anything, I think it's semi-sports, semi-professional. You know what I'm saying? People going to school, but they're getting paid as semi-professional. And no, everybody is not getting big NIL money, but to win a championship in football, we talking college football, you're going to have to pay some money for it. And it's kind of like, you remember when they had the one and dones in college basketball that people was mad about with Coach Calipari when he started doing that, but then you realize either you got to get on page with what he's saying or you're going to get left behind the curve. So you had coaches like right now, Dabo Swinney is dealing with that, with not agreeing with the NIL, but you see what just happened to them the other night when they played. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? The NIL transport portal is just like free agency. What you think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he said a mouthful. I mean, there are so many things that I want to say about this. So I definitely have an opinion on it. First off, something that he definitely intimated in is this has been going on for years, as you and I both know.
Mm-hmm.
The big time teams, really all the teams, have been paying off players for years. And so, of course, it's going to just trickle down. Those that have more money, they're able to pay the better players, all the way down to the smaller schools. They're paying their 2-star and 3-star players. Mm-hmm. But what he said was, I don't know if you caught this, he was basically saying, like in New York, how he smells weed all the time. Some people had got it illegally and some people got it legally. And so now that it's actually quote unquote legal through the NIL system, now it's like, okay, those that were doing dirt, and dirt is still getting done. There's still unethical stuff going on. Like he mentioned tampering. Just like in NFL, you got people who are tampering, having meetings at restaurants, back in the booth in the dark in the corner, and letting these players know, hey, not only are we going to give you money, we're going to offer you this, A, B, C, and D. So now it's just one of those things like a free-for-all. Whoever has the best because now everybody can spend the money. Now it's who has the best tactics.
Right.
What are you going to do? There's going to be plenty of jobs being had here from people like you and I who have a good mouthpiece that can sway somebody to come to your school. I think the one thing, and I'll close out with this on it, the one way I think it will help college sports, you mentioned the one and done piece. You know this, between with our two schools, the rivals, a lot of Ohio State players came back, and a lot of players across the nation came back because they like, I'm making money. I'm in college, I'm making money. These are young men. So they're like, I'm going to go ahead and stay in college, have fun, make money, make this bread, and I'm going to go ahead and stay here. So I feel like that's going to help college in the sense that if you have the means to continue to pay the player, they might stay for 2, 3, even 4 years. If they feel like they don't want to go out into the big boy world yet, they're like, I can hold off going to the NFL. NFL makes you wait pretty much anyway, but you might begin to see, a couple players, well, several players in like in college basketball that might stick around for that extra year or two Because let's say they making millions, they making good money. Hey, let me stay here where I'm the king, I'm the man. Instead of going to the league and being that, of course, that's their dream to make it to the league, but there you got a hierarchy. So that might be the one way it helps college sports if you continue to pay these players. But you're going to pay them now, so.
Right. So something that I heard Nick Saban say that was pretty good. By the way, that video was courtesy of Next Up Media, courtesy of Adam Brenneman. So give him a shout out for allowing us to have that video. But something that Nick Saban has said on game day Saturday, he was like, in this day and age of you're paying players, you got to make sure you're paying the right players. He's like, because you can pay the right guys and you're good, but if you pay the wrong guys, you SOL. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be in trouble because some guys that you may think are really good, and then because they were in high school were good, you give them all this NIL money. Now all of a sudden, when it's time to produce on the field, they're not producing. Which is why even now you see more critics going harder on college athletes because you have the ability to get paid. There's no more getting paid under the table like it was before because everybody, like you said, everybody was getting paid under the table at some point. You know, they used to say back in the day, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying to win.
Exactly.
But now another thing he said now it's legal. NIL, yeah, name, image, and likeness, but okay, now it's legal. So, like for instance, before people went to colleges because of the fact of, you know, my family may have grown up liking this school. My family may have grown up wanting to be a part of this school, or this is who I grew up watching my whole life. But now because of this NIL, it's like you said, it's become free agency. So now people are able to transfer to someone that's going to give them the biggest check. Now, I understand you got that jersey behind you, so there's no shade against you or your squad. But I honestly believe right now, because of NIL, the Buckeyes may have bought themselves a championship, but it's legal. So if you have the ability to bring in the most NIL money, then you can offer the best athletes. The only thing that you don't know for sure is the chemistry level that you may have. But like something that I heard Coach Prime say, because of the fact that there's NIL money, yeah, now that you got NIL money, you getting paid to play. You got to produce. You know what I'm saying? And because now you're getting judged on a whole different level. You're no longer an amateur. You know, you're getting paid to play. So when I looked up the top schools for 2024 that had the most NIL money, and your Buckeyes hit 20 million, which is, I mean, hey, if you can get it, you can get it. Behind them was Texas. Georgia came in at around 15 million. No, Texas was up in the 22 million area. Ohio was at 20. Georgia came in around 15. Michigan came in around 14. But the whole point is now, whoever can sign the biggest check is the one that's gonna catch wreck, I think. And now, if you can get them to jail and work together, then you can literally do like baseball. Baseball don't have no cap, so you can have the biggest NIL deals that you can offer them, and you can literally buy yourself a championship with top 5 players, and with those top 5 players, the people that you got coming in, you can use that NIL money to recruit off of that too. Look, you see the guys we got, we recruit them in. Look, you want to come in because you know we bringing in this NIL money, so we're gonna keep you paid. You know what I'm saying? So that's now the new tool for getting recruits, using the NIL.
Exactly. And I think I want to kind of add that a few more points too, man. It's like, yeah, the money is important. We know that's important. And you'll have some that say, oh, it's not just about the money. But we know the money, if it's not one, it's 2 or 3. But I take a look at the situation like the kid that transferred from Alabama, the quarterback, I think his name is Julian Sayin or something like that. He came to Ohio State once Nick Saban retired.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Saban is arguably, if not the greatest coach in college football history. Ryan Day, on the other hand, at Ohio State, he's won nothing. He doesn't have a national championship under, not one under his belt. He wins a lot, but it's also the prestige of the university as well. And that's basically what Sayin was saying. He said he wanted to go somewhere where he could become get the best coaching to get himself ready for the league. And so when you have like a name brand facility and a name brand college, that's also part of it, because there were definitely a few bigger names than Ryan Day at Ohio State. Kirby Smart, for example, is probably a bigger and hotter coaching name because he's got a national championship at a SEC school. And so the money is important, but I think also these kids are looking at, what are they going to get from it as well? Because they're probably, I definitely agree, Ohio State is probably one of the bigger colleges in terms of notoriety and the skill you can get. But the SEC is full of schools. Your boys, the team up north, all these schools, there were plenty of universities to pull from, and that man chose Ohio State. And so the point I'm trying to make here is the NIL deal is going to open up a whole new, like you said, college is never going to be the same. And in these next couple of years, we're going to kind of figure out and see what it's going to take. How is it going to change? And I believe that's one of the things that's going to change. Like, they're basically free agents, like you said. They're free agents, or even mercenaries, if you will. They're going to the highest bidder. And if they don't want the job, if they think the job is too dangerous, like a mercenary, they're not going there. They're going to go to the safer job, because they're becoming de facto mercenaries in college football. So it's going to be very interesting, the landscape here in college sports, but particularly college football and college basketball.
Right, and even like you said, so you just hit a point, because he could have went to Kirby Smart, you know what I'm saying? But was Kirby willing to give him what Ryan was willing to give him? So as a college athlete, you got two schools as powerhouses. Even in EA Sports college football, you got UGA number 1, Buckeyes number 2. So I got a choice of those two. Okay, now it becomes okay, who gonna give me the most and the opportunity that I may have? Kirby, being where they've been at in the last few years, he like, nah, this is what I can offer you, because I got other people already in place. Whereas Ryan Day, because of what he's been going through in the last 4 years, you know what I'm saying? He's a little bit more desperate than Kirby is, so I can offer you a little bit more to come up here and be with us, because we are a prestigious school. We do have a reputation, but in his mind, I need some players. So look, I may slide you extra, something compared to what they're gonna give you, because both schools are top schools. But who's willing to give the most is what it's going to come down to, and then that player's opportunity.
Yeah, and that was something else I was going to add once you said that, is Ryan Day is the more desperate one, because he's under a lot of heat. Urban Meyer has said it.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Tressel has said it. The last 2 Ohio State coaches, many people in the media have said it. Like, if he doesn't win this year, so it's almost like a double-edged sword. He was already going to be under pressure, but now that they've spent $20 million to get this roster, now the pressure's even bigger. If he doesn't, first of all, he better make the playoffs, which we should. We're going to be a top 12 team. But if he's not in that national championship game, I don't know. There was talk that Nick Saban might come out of retirement and go to Ohio State. So, I mean, I'm hearing a lot of things from my sources, so it's really going to be interesting if you're a Buckeye fan and if you're just a fan of college football. It's definitely going to be something to watch this entire season.
So we definitely agree that as of right now, college football will definitely never be the same again, man. Definitely. So, hey, right now, We again want to thank our sponsor, StreamYard, for allowing us to have this platform. But definitely want to thank my ace Boom Cool, my homie, LT the Guru, for coming on, rocking with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Definitely check us out on Facebook, on YouTube, under We Win Sports Talk, Smooth Teas We Win Sports Talk. Coming back when we speak again, we're gonna speak on what's coming up in this college football season. We got the NFL coming around the corner. But for right now, you know, that's what we're gonna touch on today. Is this whole NIL thing. So hey, look, we appreciate y'all for showing up, man. LT, man, I appreciate you as always. You
And
know what I'm
thank you,
saying?
Smooth T, for having me on.
Yes, sir. The best assist man and wing man in the business. You know what I'm saying? As my guy. So look, we appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for coming. And hey, y'all continue to be blessed. And if it ain't about the win, don't go in. Peace.